It's a nice warm rainy day and I'm in the garage again because last night I went and picked up new parts for my car. And look, as you can see, the front end is jacked up. So what could it possibly be? Ready? Boom. XXRs, 521s, 10 inches wide. Unsure on the offset, but these are 205s by 40s by 17s, brand new tires on it. Put on, and look at that stretch. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pull off one of these wheels. I'm going to test fit them on the front first, probably with the spacers on, because I'm guessing these are going to hit my coilover if I don't run the spacers. So I actually have it on this side already. The wheels on. Looks like I'm going to have a lot of poke, but I'm about to drop it right now and see how it looks. Moment of truth, guys. So obviously I gotta go way lower if I'm gonna keep these on the front, because I look like I'm lifted right now. But I am going to turn the wheel and see if I hit anywhere, and if they don't hit, don't rub, I'm gonna throw the other side on, same thing, turn it, see if they rub. And if they don't, I'm gonna keep it on the front, and I'm also gonna lower my front end, but I think I'm gonna test them on the back. So full angle to the right. Looks like I got really close to hitting, but I didn't hear any scraping. Obviously, I can't see because I don't have anybody with me. Upper fitment's obviously good because I'm way too high. Let's see what's going on back here. I am really close to the coilover, but I am not touching. So that is exactly what I want. So I got both sides on now. And they're looking crispy. Obviously, I need to lower the front. Probably going to do that today because I don't think the back is going to look any better than the front can right now. I love the wide front look. I love having just burners in the back, and I don't want to damage these. I want to keep them on the front, hot boy wheels on the front, and skinny burners on the back. I got the old fronts back on. Ignore the air compressor going off. And I got the new ones on the rear. About to drop it down, see where it sits. Ooh. Same on the back, could be a little bit lower. With these stretch tires, makes a lot of room for dropping it, because the lip can squeeze up in there and you can tuck the tire. But there's a good amount of poke on the back. If I would run them on the back, I'd have to camber it out more. So I think I may go with a skinnier wheel in the back, like maybe 9.5. Actually, maybe even just a 9. So, just wanted to see what they look like in the back. I'm about to lift it up, see where the if there's any point where it might be rubbing if I take off my spacer. And if I can take off my spacer, I'll maybe try that and see where it sits. Okay, it looks like there's a chance that I could fit these wheels without the rear spacers in the back, which would make the fitment look a lot better. So I'm going to take off the spacers, put the wheel back on, and see where it sits then. I think it's going to look a lot better. The steering might be a little bit of poke, but that will help me judge what size back wheels I need to buy. By the way, when buying wheel spacers, make sure they're both wheel-centric and hub-centric in the back, which, as you can see, the backside fits right over the hub perfectly, and this part right here will fit perfectly into both these wheels, my other wheels, and my drift spares, so that there is perfect fitment and the wheel isn't bouncing around anything. Do not cheap out on wheel spacers. It's very important to buy top-notch wheel spacers. Okay, wheel spacers off. Let's see how it sits now. Dropping in 3, 2, 1. Psh. Let it settle a little. So it looks like a lot better fitment. If I lowered it down, it'd probably sit perfect. Let's see. Yeah, if I lowered it down and rolled the inside lip on this, on the backs a little bit more, it'd look perfect, I think. But as of right now, I'm not really looking to get rear wheels But just in case, I know I can get this size wheel, run no spacers, and then I'll just keep running my spacers in the front. This is the most boring, tedious thing I've ever done on my car, I think. Swapping these wheels back and forth, taking off the spacers, putting the wheels back on, taking them off again, putting them back on, taking them off again, jacking it up, jacking the back, jacking it down. Pain in the booty. Okay, I lowered it about a solid inch, maybe 3/4 of an inch. Got it at 15 threads from the bottom of my JICs. Fitment is still pretty junk, but it's acceptable, I guess. I mean, Honda stance fanboys are gonna be butthurt, but I don't think it's too bad. Plus, I gotta get down my driveway. It's really steep, and I have bottomed out on my driveway before and got stuck, so I don't want to go too low. And then also, I don't want to be rubbing, hitting. If I hit a bump, I don't want to destroy a body kit if I get one, or even my front bumper, my fenders, or anything. Don't want to be scraping my frame or whatever if I go off track. So this might be where I'm staying for now. Another thing I've been procrastinating for a while. It's starting to get cold, and I got 100% water in my cooling system. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to open up the garage door, back my car out right to the opening, open up my radiator, drain out all the water, and then put fresh coolant in. Got all that drained out. Ran some fresh water in there to get out any contaminants or anything that was in there from the straight water. So now I'm going to throw the plug back in, throw in the antifreeze, and throw in a bottle of distilled water so I don't get any rusting or anything. And then I will be prepped for winter. It's a new day. Just getting started, jacking up the car. I'm going to take off the front wheels again, and I am actually going to lower it until these wheels fit pretty nicely. I might have to go all the way down. And just to see what it looks like, I'm probably going to end up putting it back to where it's at right now. But I want to see how it looks and see how low it is and see how unrealistic it is driving around in Michigan being that low. Okay, this is about as low as I can go on my coilovers right now. Wheel fitment's a lot better. The tire's actually in there. But this is stupid retarded low. Like, I don't know if you'll be able to see on the camera, but my subframe right there is probably 2 inches maximum, 1 3/4 of an inch off the ground. My power brace right here for my tension rods is practically 2 inches off the ground. Everything's just way too low. My jack can barely fit under there. It's just ridiculous. And then also, here's a little bit better because now my flash is on. But you can see how low that is. But also, let's see if I can get this in here. My rim right there, the collar from my coilovers is actually below the lip of my rim. And if it was a little bit higher, it'd be hitting that lip. And it's legit inside the spring practically. So it's really low. Before, where I had it, before I started today, the collar was above the wheel and rim. So I'm like a solid 2 inches lower than where I was. So basically, as cool as this looks and how much I like it, it's just not practical because Michigan has the worst roads ever. Plus, I will be drifting it. So it just doesn't make sense to be this low. But it does look pretty nice. I'm going to apologize for how tedious and boring this video was, but it's just a lot of taking off wheels, putting them back on, taking them off, putting them back on. Kind of boring video, but stay tuned because there's going to be more stuff coming soon. I don't know if I showed my seat yet, but the seat's going to be going in when I order seat brackets. Bought that off John for a good price. I'll be throwing that on my driver's side. John got a full fiberglass body kit for his car. I think he's going to be throwing that on soon. He's still debating if he wants to put it on or not. It is a Sylvia front end, so I don't know if he's going to go Sylvia or if we're going to fab it up to work on his stock coupe, or if he's just going to get a different front bumper and leave the front bumper off. But he got side skirts, rear bumper also, and going to be ordering some new parts. Going to get some mirrors because this one's broken. Because this one's broke. I got it taped up. It's been like that for a while, so I'm going to finally do that. And I got other parts that I can't disclose right now, but they're going to be coming soon, and I'm going to be throwing them on here, so stay tuned for more parts for mine and John's car.